minute, and we're live. Yay! Hello, everybody. Oh my goodness. Okay, so good morning, guys. Happy whatever day of the week this is. I've lost track completely. I am joined today by the lovely and crazy intelligent Liz Wilcox. I am so thankful for you being here today.
Yeah, thank you so much. And thank you for calling me intelligent. That made me feel really good this morning. I used to be a blogger, and my first product was, no joke, like a book about poop. And I felt like so many people didn't see like the smart, intelligent side of Liz Wilcox. And I ended up selling that business because it was like, just one of those instances where you go way too far into an area. And I was like, I'm actually really smart. I have a master's degree. I need to sell this. I went too far. So thank you. That was really lovely. Thank you.
Absolutely. Because I do think that you're crazy intelligent. And I love the way that you are fully you in all of your marketing and just in showing up in every way on the internet. So before I get too gushy and like fangirly, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started in copywriting and just online business?
Yeah, so I'm Liz Wilcox, and you know that feeling you get when you watch a YouTube video like this or listen to a podcast, and there's some email marketer that's just hyping you up and telling you how much ridiculous amounts of cash you can make with emails. And so, you log into ActiveCampaign or ConvertKit or MailChimp, and you're like, okay, I'm going to send an email today. And then you promptly feel like really stupid because you have no idea what to say. Well, I help eliminate that problem. And I already mentioned earlier, I started off as a blogger. I was actually an RV travel blogger. I created something like a dozen digital products in 3 years, created my own summit, had a course, you name it. I tried it out. And it was actually my digital course was the last product I created for that business. And I had 141 people on my wait list. And I did the traditional Monday through Friday open close cart. And on cart close day, I had made 141 sales. So word got around. Yeah, crazy. Just saying it. It sounds like a sleazy webinar thing, but it actually happened to me. Word got around about it. They were like, what the heck? Why are you selling books about poop? Like, you're actually crazy intelligent. We need to know how you did that. So I sold that blog. I went all in on email marketing. And now this is the Liz Wilcox you see today.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
Thank you.
That's quite a roundabout way of getting there, but that's really awesome.
Yeah, so, I was just going to say, I find a lot of marketers, they start off as service providers, right? They work under someone else. They learn tricks of the trade. They find their own way of doing it. And then they build their own products. And so I find my unique approach is because I started off as, like you, very B2C, right? And I had to carve my own way. And I found a lot of the methods that traditional marketers were sharing. I was like, this is kind of, it's like B2B to B to B to B to B. And I was like, that doesn't really apply to people that don't want to pay for the internet. That's not really going to work. I've got to figure out another way. So that's when I knew, I could serve a lot more people.
I love that. That's awesome. So one of the questions that I had was kind of like starting out, basically. Like, so when you're first starting out, a lot of people are afraid of hitting send on like that first email. I know it's that like my list is so small. I feel silly sending an email. So what's your biggest piece of advice to help people get over that fear?
Yeah, well, I mean, there are still some emails. I sent out an email yesterday talking about my launch and giving away all the numbers. And I was super nervous about that as well. I was like, oh my gosh, is this going to come off as braggy? Is this, especially a lot of my people, one of my values is affordability. And here I am talking about, thousands of dollars. And I'm like, oh. So that fear, it always lives with you. You just can't let it, take the wheel. It's, and so what I want you to think about when you're emailing is just again, like this mindset thing of these people gave you permission. They want you to email them. They signed up for your freebie. They met you at, a networking event, whatever. However they got on your email list, they gave you permission to send them emails. They want to know more about you and about what you have to offer. So I follow something called the email staircase. First, you have a follower, then a friend, then a customer. So if you're trying to build a list full of friends, just think of it like that. Like, okay, let's say Caroline and I, we went to high school together. We haven't seen each other in 10 years. Suddenly, like we bump carts in the grocery store. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're here. Wow. Yeah, I'm visiting my parents too. Oh, do you still listen to NSYNC? Oh yeah. I heard Joey Fatone. He was at the 90s con last week. It was super cool. Hey, why don't I get your number? I've got some, I have to go. The kids are screaming. But I've got some really juicy gossip about Justin Timberlake I want to tell you. Okay, sure. It's that type of interaction, that type of friend, like someone they have, Caroline and I, we are really excited to talk about, what the boys have been up to in the 2020s, right? And so when somebody signs up for your list, if I sign up for your list, I'm very that same energy of, oh my gosh, yes, I want to hear more. That's the exact same energy they're bringing. Whether you are, a homestead blogger or you sell jewelry on Etsy or something like that, they want to know more. They're like, yes, I love these necklaces. Or, oh my gosh, I really want to be a homesteader one day. Teach me your ways. They're bringing that energy. So just match that. Like, okay, yes, this person, they want to know all the juicy gossip about chickens. I'm going to send them, I'm thinking homesteading for some reason. Like, I'm going to send them all the links to my best, the best places to buy chickens, right? So just thinking of it like that hopefully will help you, despite the fear of, oh gosh, you can't hit send, right? Just hit send, start to open up those relationships and, eventually make money with it.
Yeah. So do you believe that there is such a thing as my list is too small?
No way. I love a small list. So for me, especially when you follow the email staircase, when you have 100,000 people on your email list, you start to disconnect. And especially when you're first building or you're first working on email marketing, it's really important to kind of get in the trenches, really ask for replies, turn that one to many, right? I might be sending one email to 30 people, but if you can turn it into one-to-one, you're going to start opening up those relationships. You're going to start to get to know people. And, you can really then turn them into customers. I always say, like, if you have a list full of friends, you can literally just ask them, like, hey, I came up with this idea. Do you want it? Like, send me $20 type of thing. That's how, my book about poop that I joke about, I did not come up with that. That was my subscribers. I had a very small list. It was at the time of the idea, maybe like 200 people. And I really didn't know what I was doing. And I said, why do you follow me? Sometimes I talk about this. Sometimes I talk about that, the curse of the blogger, right? Like you just want to write about everything at first. And they said, well, Liz, you're really funny and you can tell a good story. So I was like, oh, I should create a book of funny stories. And that's where my first digital product idea came from. But if I would have had a giant, if I would have bought a list or something, nobody would have known who I was. They wouldn't have taken me seriously, like as a real person. And you can really use that to your benefit when you're first starting out. You can say things like, no, really, I only have 100 people on this list, or I only have 10 people. I would love a reply. I'm really trying to make this work. And just being transparent. Caroline said something earlier, like, oh, Liz is just herself. Like just being yourself, being transparent. People love that stuff, right?
It's so true. Okay. That's fantastic. I love that. So I never want to hear anybody ever say again, my list is too small. I never want to hear.
Yeah. You can,
said with love. Like,
yeah. Tough love. Yeah, you can, you've really got to open up those relationships. You can, find out what people want to buy, why they're on your list. What is it about you specifically? I mean, there's a million email marketers out there. Like, I didn't invent email, right? But why did she ask me on the show today, right? There's a unique thing about Liz Wilcox. There's a unique thing about you that people are attracted to. And once you can figure that out, you can lean into it, create better products, create, the right offers for your people, and have those crazy conversion rates. Like I said, 141 people on the wait list, 141 sales. Like, that's mind blowing. But it all starts with that very small list, getting to know people and, building from there.
Perfect. So, Liz,
Awesome.
where can people find more about you and join this amazing membership?
Yeah, sure. So, of course, I'm an email marketer. I want you to get on my email list, baby. You can go to lizwilcox.com. In the top right-hand corner, you're going to find a hot pink button, the same color as this. It's going to say free email swipes. You can get in there. You can see that welcome sequence or that re-engagement sequence that I was talking about. It's already written. You can take and make it your own. Just go to lizwilcox.com, that hot pink button. And if you are interested in the membership, you want to know what the heck is in that thing, you can go directly to my site, like I said, and just in the menu, you can click products. It's the very first one. It's going to give you a breakdown on that. And for $9 a month, you might as well just try it out. I send you an email newsletter every single week, a template, so you can, again, take and make it your own. And you really have no excuse not to write your newsletter, because I write it for you every single week.
No excuses anymore, everyone. Gotta go do it.
That's my pitch. That's my pitch, and I'm sticking to it. Hope to see you inside.
Absolutely. Liz, thank you so much for joining me today. And hopefully we'll have you back on soon at some point.
I'd love that. Thank you.
All right. Bye, everybody.